Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today we're going to be playing around with one of my good friends, MelodyBud. But first, it's Valentine's Day for you living in the past. I don't celebrate it, but I want to wish Russ and his beautiful wife, Liz, a very happy Valentine's Day. And this is a brand new track from Russ. Let's do it right now. It is Let Me Love You Down. Go!
gosh, baby, let me love you down.
Whoa, hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Jade. This is How to App on iOS. That was Russ8889. That is a brand new track he just dropped today for Valentine's Day for his wife, Liz. And I mastered that on the weekend on the Patreon. And there is the Patreon. If you ever want to join the Patreon, there it is. Boom. Patreon.com at Jade/Jade Starr or whatever. Cool, good to see you all. I hope you're all doing well. This is How to App on iOS. My name's Jade, and basically every day we look at apps, talk about mental health and well-being, all kinds of things, do interviews with creators, developers, artists, whoever's interesting, you know what I'm saying? And on the weekend, I occasionally, most weekends, do a live performance. Alrighty, let's say hello to folks in the chat and do all that bizzo, and then we'll get down to today's app, which is, as you saw from the beginning, MelodyBud. Hello to Thomas Christ. Hello, Audible Video, Dave Fox. Hello, Thomas Christ. Joe Glenn. Hello to, who else do I see here in my magic mirror? Ed Zielinski. Good to see you. Adam Burse. Go and check out Adam's new track he dropped today. I was at the premiere. I woke up and just caught it. Good times. Tremor Bear. Always good to see you. Stunning, as Gordon Ramsay would say. Who else do I see who is in here today? Let me have a look and do a scroll. Not a box. Good to see you, my friend. Gregory O'Sullivan. I already said Ed Zielinski, but let's say it again. Cem Oclay. I'm going to butcher your name. You know what, Cem? I hear so many people say your name in so many different ways. I give up. I'm an Aussie. You got to give us a free pass. We're all just drunks here in Australia. Except for me, I don't drink. But thank you for being here. Yes, I looked at two of your apps yesterday, and we got another one today, and maybe another one tomorrow. Who knows? It's a bit of a bud week. All right, who else is here? I said Gregory O'Sullivan. I think Moco Nervous. Hello to you, Rick Nelson. Good to see you. You are listening and driving, so this is my chat until home. Have a great day. If I go past the time, you drive safely. That is the most important thing, and you get to where you're going. Alrighty. So today, I don't think there's... I want to talk about this before we get into it. So I have a really cool interview this week. Really cool interview. Let's just mention that before we go any further. It is with an amazing artist who I've won on the show for a while. It is Just Naya. Janaya Medved is coming on the show this week, at the end of the week, and we're going to talk about her incredibly quirky and unique music. She's from Slovenia, and it is going to be a really cool interview. She's a really, really amazing artist, and we're going to talk about some interesting things. Did you know when you live in Slovenia, you can't listen to Spotify? She has all her music on Spotify, but she can't listen to it because of, I don't know. We'll find out on Friday, so tune in. It's going to be an interesting show. All right, so we'll do price drops quickly if there are any. I haven't really checked. Make sure. Oh, yes, there are some price drops. So, all right, I'm going to butcher these titles, but check these out. I bought these yesterday because I wanted to know what they were. This one's called Wow. That's down from $2.99 to 99 cents. It sounded interesting. It's an experimental monophonic virtual analog synth with dirty oscillators, good for bass sound and effects. So that was cheap. And this one, Stunning. Raro is an experimental noise machine modular audio effect for iOS featuring extended feedback capabilities. Interesting. So I got Raro, and it is nuts, man. It is cool. And it's only like $1.99. So I'll probably do a show on it next week. There's not much to it. It's really interesting. Hello in the chat also to Deep Gravity. Good to see you, Cam. And for those who were wanting to get, because you saw yesterday in the price drops, we had Rhino. It's gone. It was only a day. It was only on sale for a day. It was only half price for a day. So if you missed it, you pissed it, didn't you? There you go. What are we looking at today? We are looking at MelodyBud. And MelodyBud is $5 buckaroos. There you go. $5. And as you're going to see, it's fun, man. It's a really fun app. You can do some pretty cool stuff with it. Shall we jump in and not waste any more time? I think we should. I have a project I've already made. Let's just clear any background noise we have going on here. Make sure there's nothing hogging up system resources because, as you can expect, I have used every bit of DSP for this project today because that's what I'm like. So here we have a project which I made yesterday. I made this in about 10 minutes, so forgive me if it's not awesome, but what is awesome, you know? That just shows how quickly you can make something. So we'll play this for a bit. I have a jam with it, and then we'll come back and we'll show you how the app works, and then we'll make something at the end. How's that sound? For this particular thing, I'm going to need a guitar. Of course I'm going to need a guitar. Alrighty, so let's do this. So we have guitar cam here, which is cool. So I've got the new guitar. Sweet, we're in tune. Let's get playing, shall we? Let's hit play and yeah! What a fun app, huh? There you go. So I just smashed that together. I have no rhyme or reason. Changed the patterns up, copied and pasted a couple of patterns, and just grabbed some guitar and noodled over it because you can have so much fun, yeah? Hello, Sean Chandler. Welcome along to the chat as well. Good times. All right, let's clear this. Let's have a look at how you use this thing because it's a whole lot of fun, and that's the most important thing about apps, isn't it? It's not, you know, you can sit there till the cows come home on the audio bus forum and cry your eyes out about what features are missing, but you can instead sometimes just have some fun with what you've got. Stop bitching. Let's clear this motherfucker out. All right, so it's all gone. So you open this up, obviously, as a MIDI. So you can use this in things like Cubase, you know, in a studio we can use and open it up as a MIDI channel. GarageBand, of course, we know it's closed down, so you can't get into it to do that kind of stuff. It is AUv3, so all that jazz, as you can see in here. Let's open up a MIDI channel. So here's our MIDI channel. We're going to want to need an audio channel as well. So we've got one of these each. Let's, what do we put in first? Let's just put in AUv3 just for fun. God, look how puffed I am after just doing nothing. So we've got AUv3 load in there. We'll go into our MIDI channel here and we'll do a search for MelodyBud. There it is. And let's link them up. So we want the MIDI channel here to talk to this. We need them to connect and make beautiful, sweet love. So we need to go into AUv here, into this little hamburger icon, and we need to connect MelodyBud to that. So now they are connected. They're set for Valentine's Day. They've introduced each other with chocolates. They're whining and dining, and now they're going to make beautiful love. Here is the interface. Really simple to get your head around, but it's quite complex. But not complex in a way that's going to make you want to punch walls or anything like that. So that's the most important thing. I've left AUv just on its basic default sound. So we'll cover the top up here. We'll go from top to bottom. So you have, this is where you place your notes in. So you can place notes in here. Pretty easy to do. And I can get rid of them just by touching or using your mouse, so you can introduce new notes there. You can change octaves here, so you can move these up and down and change octaves. You can change velocities, yeah, so you can change the pressure, the level of velocity of each note within this sequence here. You have a gate, so you can gate things, yeah, and I'm sure most of you know what a gate is. So you shut the gate and it shuts it down. You open the gate, it gives it sustain. You can ratchet, and we had a question about ratcheting yesterday. So ratcheting, for example, if you've got one note going bap, 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 if you ratchet to 2, it'll go bap, bap, or bap, 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 bap. If you ratchet to 3, bap, 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 4, bap, 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 bap. So you're kind of, it's called ratcheting, like you're smashing somebody over the head with a ratchet 4 times straight. I don't know. You've got a glide button. So if you've ever played a synth keyboard before, you'll know the glide is so when you go between notes on a keyboard, instead of it just going from note to note, it slides. It's like sliding your finger down the neck of a guitar to your next note, yeah? So that's what a glide is. So these are your options that you can do once you've added your notes in. Down the bottom here, you have a rate. So once we hit play, and you need to have this running, so I've just hit play up the top here. Let's just put in, or before that, you can choose your key. So we'll go over here to the settings first. Settings are really simple. Yeah, there's really not much to it. This section here, the MIDI section for patterns, this is where you can choose a key on your controller or a CC number on your controller to change between the patterns, yeah? So we're not really focusing on that today. No one ever does in the videos, people's tutorials. This is where you can change the key of the song. So we'll just leave it on a C for now, and we can change it up as we go. So, or we'll actually do what I had for the last song. We'll do it in an F, yeah? Let's do an F minor. F minor doesn't get enough love these days. And that's it. And you've got your knob controls, which I have set to horizontal and vertical. I just prefer that. It just works nicer for me. Oops. Let's go to minor. select minor, and you got a little tutorial down here as well, which is really handy. So when you open it up, it gives you this little tutorial and just points out where things are, which is always nice. And that's pretty much, I think it's in all of Cem's apps, which is cool. Poor old forgotten F minor. Stunning, stunning. All right, so let's draw in a note, shall we? So you'll notice, we'll stop this from playing. As I add notes here, let's just go up. They get names, and you can see it's referencing the scale of notes in this F minor. There you go, F, G. So you've got all your notes there. So you can't fuck up. Absolutely can't fuck up. Yes, I knew somebody would pick up on that. Everybody loves to control their knob. All right, so if I hit play now, pretty easy, man. And that's it. You've created a melody in MelodyBud. So this is set to 8 here in the sequence. I can actually add more to it. So I can't remember exactly how many you can go up to. Let's just go to 16 for fun. So you can put pauses in here as well. So you've got the power to do so. And you're never going to put a wrong note in. So you're creating rhythms as well by putting blank spaces in, by putting those rest notes in there. And just for example, let's just bring in some drums. Let's just go to audio. I know we'll just grab Hammerhead or something like that, if I can spell it. So you can see within seconds, I've made something absolutely interesting without even thinking about it. Like I was actually thinking about grabbing my coffee while I was doing that. So again, these apps, these generative apps, you may think like, you know, they're just good for coming up with ideas, and they are, absolutely. But they're also good for creating songs, believe it or not. Yes. Yeah, and you know, it's good to pay attention to this stuff because you can slap together a rhythm. Your scales are all there before you. Super simple. Let's go in and hit play again. Turn it down. So I can also change the rate of this pattern here down the bottom. So we have a rate. It's currently set to an 1/8. So I can slow this down to a 1/4. Oh, there's Vandal Tozoa with Vum today. They've got to be the most pointless bots on YouTube. All right, let's turn that down a bit. So, absolutely super easy to make. Before I get into the randomization and stuff, let's just focus on these up here. So I can go into the octave here, and we can start messing around with these. So we've got these 16 steps, and they're all pretty much set in the middle. But if I just start randomly messing around and pulling down and up, let's change the rate. So you've got quarter dotteds. We've got a half now. You can go crazy with 16ths. That sounds nice. You can mix up the velocities of each note. So we can take this all the way down and then bring it all the way back up. You can change the gating on here. We'll take out the drums for a second so you can hear what's going on. So you see when we use the gate, it's almost like having a blank step in there, having a rest, but the note's still in there, yeah? So you're getting a different flavor again. So if we change the speed of this back to an 1/8 down the bottom. So by messing around with your gating, you're able to really get some interesting sounds, but here's the fun. Let's do some ratcheting. Let's do some random ratcheting. Yeah, I would love that. I would love that. That's one thing I would love. So if you have a look here, so Cem, if I hate being that person going, no, I want this, because we live in a world where everybody wants everything now or yesterday, and it's like, relax. But yeah, if you could just draw across, that would be cool. To just draw across like that, and it would be able to draw a pattern. And let's play around with some gliding as well. But you don't have to go through all of this individual stuff that I'm doing here. You have like global controls as well, which is nice. We'll bring all these back up. Hello, Mark Effects. So you can kind of see what's going on here. Now, well, before we jump into the randomization and stuff, let's show you down the bottom here what else you can do. So you've got these patterns, and in every one of these apps by Cem, you can add patterns. And what's cool about this, you can add a new pattern. So now we've got nothing here, absolutely nothing. So what you can do is grab number 1 and hold down on it. So select number 1 and then copy it, and then move to number 2, hold down on number 2, and you can paste that in, and then you can start changing things around. So for example, I'm going to show you something like this. Let's bring all these back. So what's really cool, when you've got a pattern that's all just one note, and I will do that, don't worry, not a box, I will get there. We'll add in a few other things. Just showing the controls first. So we have just this one note across the bottom. Yeah, looks pretty boring because it's just digga, 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 digga. You can mess with the velocities and get something really interesting. So let's talk about the randomization down the bottom. You've got a probability knob, and if I turn this all the way down, the probability of each note that is played is going to be random, not randomized, but the probability, you don't know what you're going to get. Life's going to be like a box of chocolates when you use the probability, yeah? Let's turn that back up to 100. Now when I hit random, the random knob next to it, so we've gone from just having a row of just Fs to something absolutely interesting. Hello, Pete Johns. Hello, Leela. Welcome to the chat. So also with your randomization, this is a really handy thing you can do here. Within the scale, let's turn this down for a second. So within the randomization, you can take out notes out of the scale. So I might want to take out, you know, for all of them, I want to take out the F, the root note. And as you'll see, the pattern here has now just decided to leave out all of these Fs. So why would you do that? So just say you've got another instance of MelodyBud open, and you've got a pattern that's heavily based with that F note in there. It's going to give it room to breathe with that F note, and all this is the rest of the scale dancing around it. So let's do that, shall we? Let's open another instance of MelodyBud. And let's grab, what can we grab? We'll do... we'll just do a bass line, shall we? So we'll do something like pure synth. Maybe it'll open. We'll link this. Now we need to link this to MelodyBud number 2. Yeah, because it's our second one. When we open up the second one over here, we want to make sure that we go into our settings and set the key to the exact same key, because we don't want things to be all sounding stupid. So now I can go in here and draw all these Fs in, and we've got a different... Let's make sure we're good. We want to pick a sound as well. It'd be nice if we picked a sound, yeah? Something interesting than just this. Boop, 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 boop. Let's pick up some bass. That'll do for now. We'll add some beef to this, just for some volume, yeah. Bit of beef. Love beef. Hi, Russ. We're... Yeah. There we go. There's some power. So let's bring it all back in. So now you see what I mean. We've got this F note, and this is dancing around that F note. Now we can actually go in here to this bass line, and we can randomize this a bit, say about 50%. Just trying to find something interesting here. Let's do some metal drums. That'll do. So super easy to generate stuff. Let's just play with this bass for a little bit here. Alrighty. So the other thing that you can do, which is really cool, we'll just turn that down a little bit. You can go in and individualize each track here. So as you see, we've got each step. I can click on each step and it'll change color, yeah? So once that's changed color, you'll see the knobs down here change color along with it. So our rate, our probability and randomness, and the notes we want in this change as well. So we can take the probability out of this note in particular. We can turn the randomization up for this one. We can even change. Well, I'm wrong with that, but that's something. And we can go into number 4. We can do the same. We can change the randomization for this one. So you can go in and you can really mess with these on a granular level, which is ace. Also, where are we? Let's play with the octaves in here. Yeah, rate is for global, sorry. I had a brain fart, Cem. It's okay. It's early in the morning. It's 8:44 a.m. So I'm just linking up a third track now to this third MelodyBud. Let's solo it and see what we can come up with. And so we've got, what do I add here? This will be messy. Synthscaper. Why not? Excellent. Let's go through some sounds here. So let's do some variations of these as well. Awesome, Leela. $5, you can't go wrong. And remember, folks, always say it, apps aren't Pokemon, you don't need them all. But if you see value in this, if this can be something to add to your collection, get it, got it, good. Another way you can use this too, if you're like, I've shown this before many times, if you want to use this in GarageBand, you can. So there are ways around it. You can send all these tracks to one track. So for example, let's just do this now. I like doing this. So if we send all these to mix bus A, let's just do it quickly. And send this to mix bus A. And then we add a final track here of audio and accept this as receive. We now have everything going into this final track, right? So when we hit play, I can control it all from here. And very easily, you can send this to GarageBand by sending an interrupt audio to output 1 and then opening up something like GarageBand like this. So there are ways around things, yeah? So all we need to do is go to interrupt audio and select AUM port 1. And look, there's GarageBand down the bottom. So now when I open up GarageBand, it's probably going to take a second for some reason. We all know my GarageBand for some reason takes 25 minutes to open. It's ridiculous. We need some waiting music. That's not waiting music. Do we have some waiting music? Just waiting for GarageBand. Oh yeah. Tick tock, tick tock. Come on, GarageBand. You think I've got all day? Stunning. Stunning. There we go, GarageBand is done. All right, that's ridiculous, isn't it? So now we have GarageBand in here, and we can click back and forward just by clicking here. Look at that. Look how cool that is. And it's set to 120 here. So if we click on GarageBand down here, change our tempo to 120. Let's do it nice and quickly. Oh, come on, GarageBand, do it. So there you go. Now we can head back over here and hit record. But, yeah. So you can do so. We can control the volume from here. There you go. So don't get disheartened and think you can't do things because Apple says you can't. You can. You can always do things. You just force it to happen, yeah? Let's remove that. We'll go back to hardware. Sweet. All right. Let's talk about programming, changing programs, and then I think we can wrap it up. As usual, there's plenty of fun to be had with this. So let's go into this this one here. So you can change these, add these programs. Hello, Hambo Hounslow. I hope you're doing well. As I said before, you just hold down on the program, copy it, add a new one, and paste that sucker in. Now you can go in here and change the pattern up to whatever you'd like. Let's do this. Give it some randomization. Mess with the octaves a bit. Add some ratcheting. See what happens with the ratcheting? Go in and change this up a bit too, number 2. We'll copy this down the bottom, add in a new one. So I'm going to hold down on number 2 and paste this in. Let's add some ratcheting in here as well. There you go. So now very easily, I can bring everything back in and I can change between these programs. As I said, you can set a key on your keyboard down here, so you can do that. And so you can change the programs. Let's bring everything back in. Heaps of fun for the whole family, yeah? Good times. Really easy to use. You know, it's a no-brainer. Good times to be had. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. It's fun. It's good. It's cool. It's solid. It's another one of these Bud apps that are really, really cool. Russ has just put in the chat today's Russ's pick. It's an oldie but a goodie. It's by Zealand band. So click that link right there and go support a musician from the community who's got, it's an old one of his. So go and click on this after the show and go and have a listen to that. Check out Russ's song, which is pinned to the comment. Every day we play somebody's music from the community. So good times. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to do tomorrow out of the Bud apps. Probably going to do the new scale one, number 2. Yeah. Probably not going to have enough time to do them all this week, but we'll probably do another couple next week as well. So we'll get through them all. And hopefully, maybe, well, Jem's here in the chat, I think on the Patreon we might be able to do some giveaways this weekend. So where you can pick whatever one you kind of want. Hey, Metalhead Hippie, what's going on, man? How are you going? How are you going not doing shows for a whole month? What are we, 15 days in? You're doing pretty good, Hippie. I really thought you would have given in by now. All right. I did actually mess around yesterday. Let's close this out. I'll show you what I did yesterday. So yesterday we looked at the rhythm bud and chord bud. Look at this. This was yesterday's project. Look how big this thing was. I actually added in another one of the apps in here. Look how long this is taking to open. There we go. So let's see what I added. So I added this piano in here. I did this with MelodyBud. And I used AUv3 as well. So listen how beautiful this is. So this is using, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4 of Jem's apps. And listen how beautiful that is. Let's go out with some of this, yeah? And I'll see you all tomorrow. Remember, folks, do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make us better. And we all rise together. And I'll see you tomorrow, yeah? You have a great, great day. Thanks for being here, Cem.